In order to program my sprite, I first need to make sure that I've clicked on the sprite down here in my sprites menu that I'm going to work on. If it's highlighted blue, then I know that that's the sprite that I'm going to be adding some programming to. This particular sprite, I want to make sure always starts in the same position when the green flag is clicked and the program is run. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to go to my events and say when the green flag is clicked, and I just drag and drop my blocks over here in the workspace to write my code. And then I'm going to go over here to motion. And right now I'm going to go to the block down here that says go to XY. And the coordinates that are in here already are the coordinates that my icon is sitting at currently. So I'm just going to go ahead and drag that right over, attach it to the bottom of my green flag block. And now that that piece of code is ready to go, now I can test this code by, let's just try and move this guy over here. Oh, he doesn't want to move. Let's try this. I'm going to move this over. And I'm going to drop this and change it. Okay, and then I'm just going to click right here on this green flag block just to run this one line here of code and see what happens. So if I click that, all right, it moved. So I'm going to get rid of that block. And then this is the place I wanted him to actually start every time the green flag is clicked. So let's try that. Okay, good. That's working. Now I also want to write another line of code for this block. I want it to do something else when my viewer actually clicks on that icon itself. So I'm going to go back to events, and I can use this event block here that says when this sprite is clicked. So I'm going to drag this over here as well. And I'm going to give some different instructions now. So when someone clicks on this sprite, I want my sprite to say something, which is really a text box that'll pop up. So I'm going to use this to write some text. And this is where I'm going to write my reason explanation here. So I'm going to say access to information should be free for everyone. That's one of the reasons that I'm in favor of net neutrality. So I'm going to put that here, and I'm going to change this. 2 seconds is really fast, and I want my reader to be able to read all the text. So I'm actually going to pop that up there for 5 seconds. And then I'm also going to record myself explaining that reason in more detail. So to do that, I'm going to use one of the sound blocks, and I'm going to drop that over here. And right now it automatically set to play this pop sound, which is not what I want. So I'm going to go to record. And then using the buttons down here, I can actually record myself explaining that reason in more detail. So that's going to be the next part that I add.